What's up, fellas? Welcome back to another episode of our draft reload build here with we are Orlando. We are the Orlando Wizards. In case you are a new subscriber, the way that this works is we are only allowed to build the team through the draft. We're not allowed to touch the free agency. The computer free agency setting is on, which means the computer, God help him, is going to be the one going into free agency and trying to get players for us. After our first season, the computer signed absolutely nobody. But hey, we ain't stressing. We mad, but we ain't stressing. In the latest draft, we did pick up a superstar quarterback by the name of Tyson Cleveland. I'm expecting him to have a big year since we have Odell Beckham, a wide receiver 1. Forget the rest of the offense. One of the subscribers told me that I should move Brandon Marshall to tight end and that he was like a 99 or something. Now, he definitely wasn't a 99, but he did turn out to be a 96 once I edited the scheme. Hey man, 96 isn't bad. I'll definitely take that. Even though he's old as fuck, and normally I would trade players when they get old. In this situation, I might let it slide. So there are his stats. I mean, pretty solid. I'd like that route running to maybe be at least a 90 overall, the very, very least. The computer is saying that Brandon Marshall is a top 3 ranked tight end in the league, based off his overalls. We have our brand new rookies Forsett and Devlin at both tackles respectively. Richburger center, Pug, one of the two. He's going to be our left guard. Remember that injuries are off. So if you look at the depth and say, hey man, you don't have a third string receiver. Remember, depth isn't an issue. There's no injuries in this. Checking out the defensive end of things, we have our rookie, first year sophomore Adams, a free safety. Our linebacking core is complete garbage. I only started Raglan because we drafted him and he was a superstar despite the 70 overall. I'm just hoping that he can get a shitload of XP and he can jump from like a 70 to like an 80 or something at least. We do have Landon Collins holding down the strong safety position, Janoris Jenkins and Eli Apple at the cornerback position. The D-line is, I would say, average. Like it's good, maybe a bit above average. As for the scouting report, I'm definitely going to need to get some linebackers because that is complete and utter chaos. On the offensive end, I would like to pick up a rookie running back, somebody like a 78, maybe an 80 overall rookie superstar. So we do have San Fran's first round pick and Jacksonville's first round pick. We are missing our 2nd, 4th, 5th, and 6th draft pick, but we do have our 7th, but we have a lot in the 1st. That's all that matters, man. As long as we can, use those to pick up superstars, I'm not mad. So I did also put our right outside linebacker on the trade block. He's a 72 overall, fairly young. Hopefully we can snag like a, maybe a 3rd. Nah, that's reaching a little bit. Maybe a 4th or a 5th round draft pick. We still haven't got any offers yet. However, it's week 3, so we can go check out the news, go find out who our superstar is going to be. Man, I got my fingers crossed, man. I hope. We don't even have draft. What the fuck? There's no draft stories. Well, that's trash. I was kind of hoping that we were going to get a guaranteed superstar, but it looks like there's not a guaranteed superstar this year, which I guess you can take away guaranteed then, because nothing in life is guaranteed. I'm on my deep emotional shit. However, we are 2-0 in the season so far. Players ready to negotiate. OBJ. Mate, you can have all the money you want. 4 years. We have a shitload of cap room, keep in mind. I can't imagine you anywhere but in Orlando, my dude. Nice, thank you. Our center, Weston Richburg. He is definitely a focal point on our offensive line, so I'm going to make sure this guy's going to stay with us, not go anywhere else. Fullback, who cares? Left outside linebacker, we can't renegotiate anyway, so fuck that. We do have our scouting points, however. Running back, definitely a focal point. We got a speed back in the 1st round. That's not bad. Wisconsin as well. In case you didn't know, in Madden 17, if you find a Wisconsin player in the draft, then you need to take him. I'm not trolling. I know I troll 99.8% of the time. Look at this! The 2nd running back in the draft class is also from Wisconsin. Oh my god, the 3rd! So you've got the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd string running back coming into the draft. What did I say? Now, we definitely need to check out linebacker. That is 100% what we need to do. Michigano State left outside linebacker. He doesn't look that amazing, but the fact that he's from Michigan State means he's at least going to be an 87 overall as a rookie. Guaranteed superstar as well. In case you didn't know, if you get a Michigan State player in the 1st round, 100% at least 87 overall guaranteed superstars. Wisconsin. What do you know? Wisconsin definitely won the Natty. We are 3-0 on the season. Keep in mind that if we make the playoffs, we don't even need to worry about the draft. As soon as we hit the playoffs, we're allowed to play as the Orlando Wizards. That's the name for our stadium? Enchanted Rune Field. Whoa, the first right outside linebacker is in the 5th round, so I don't want to touch right outside linebackers for this draft. Can we get another A? Have we got a B+, another B+, a B, a B, a B+, a B+, Patrick Gurman. You know, anybody with the last name Barr as well is guaranteed to be somewhat good in one way or another. Still have no draft stories, so no guaranteed superstar cheese yet. My Madden 17 disc has been on every single day for the last year. And it's getting to the point where the game is so glitchy that I have to make so much editing happen in the videos just to make it look like it's a legit Madden video. Alright, we are in week 15. We have an 8-5 record. We did start out 3-0. 5. We're taking on the 3-10 New Orleans Saints at the Rune, mate. We're playing at the Enchanted Rune. We don't lose at the Rune. But hopefully at this point of the season, we at least have something to go off for the draft. Some kind of draft story. Something. Anything. Defensive players rarely walk away with the Heisman, but this year Arizona tight end Tavita Gilbert did just that. B+ hit power, C+ pursuit, and a C catching. Now this guy is a guaranteed superstar. Even though that big fat red gem says that he is trash, I'm expecting maybe a 70 overall. Michigan State left tackle. You know, the Michigan State left tackles are godly though. Devontae Ellington. I mean, a lot of our D-line is getting old as well. I wouldn't mind taking either him or Will Bledsoe, either one. And he's from Wisconsin. I haven't even looked into receivers yet. I did say that I wanted a good receiver, preferably a speed receiver, but this guy seems to be pretty good at possession. We have a red zone threat, 6'4". I mean, I'd rather 6'6", but I mean, I'll take it. We have a Wisconsin speed receiver, so you definitely know at this point that Wisconsin won the Natty. Route runners are pretty good as well. Route runners normally have pretty good speed. Another A- to follow it up. B+ catching traffic and a B+ catching. Well, look at that. Look at that. We are 8-5 on the season. We have 2 more weeks until we reach the playoffs. We are currently 2nd in the division behind the Philadelphia Eagles. So if we can clutch out the next 2 dubs and the Cowboys can stay at the bottom of the table, hopefully that means that we can get a wild card spot. Simulate the playoffs. Even though we have a better record than the Seattle Seahawks, how don't we get the home field advantage? Either way, I'm gonna have to end the episode right here. I would like this to go longer, but I can't. I mean, look at this. 39k XP. Woo-hoo-hoo. He had to have won Rookie of the Year. Awards, yearly awards. The MVP is gonna go to Matthew Stafford. Well, not in this lifetime, but let's go ahead and go to Offensive Rookie of the Year. Tyson Cleveland finished 4th on the Offensive Player of the Year. So that means he definitely won Offensive Rookie of the Year. There we go. Tyson Cleveland, he must have had a really, really good season. Defensive Rookie of the Year. We have Don Ragland, who must have played really well as well. Jack Lott, who must have played pretty dope as well. That's all we have on Defensive Rookie of the Year. That being said, let's go check out the stats, because obviously my boy balled out getting a 10-6 record. Okay, so here we go. Tyson Cleveland. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! 4,500 yards, 28 touchdowns, 8 interceptions on the season. Averaged 281 yards a game on a 64% completion rate. Sterling Shepard was actually the person who received the most catches. But in terms of yards, Odell Beckham had 1,215 yards, 7 touchdowns. Sterling Shepard definitely put in that work. Our original 4th string wide receiver who played slot came up with 7 touchdowns as well. Brandon Marshall at tight end had 702 yards and 4 touchdowns. Paul Perkins, our running back, even got involved in the action, the same as Roger Lewis Jr. I like Bowling Green. I like my underdog stories. I'm not trying to over-exaggerate, but 4,500 yards, 28 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. You could make a case for Tyson Cleveland to be the MVP. You could make a case for that. I'm not saying, I mean, he did finish 4th in the runnings for MVP, but you could make a very strong case for a rookie to come out and ball out like that with a subpar O-line, but a godly receiver. And on the topic of that as well, it's not like he only got that because he targeted Odell Beckham as well. Odell Beckham did have a monstrous season, but he split it. Odell Beckham, Sterling Shepard, and Dwayne Harris, we had 21 touchdowns. 7 each. Not 15 for Odell and 3 for the rest. We had 7 between all 3. Tyson Cleveland with that 39k XP. Okay, so we obviously have the next big thing in Tyson Cleveland right here. So we have 39,000 XP to blow. Clutch on. Let's make sure he can throw that ball away. So we still have 32,000 after the trait upgrades. Only a 67 awareness. Let's get that up to a 80 at least. Medium accuracy. Let's get that up to a 90. Deep. Let's get that up to an 85. Since he is a West Coast quarterback, let's get the short accuracy up to 95. And he goes up to an 85. So for the first time in Reload Draft Build history, we have finally reached the playoffs, man. We are on a 10-6 record. The Seahawks are on a 9-7 record. I have to stop it here because there's no point going to the draft when we haven't even finished the initial season yet. Paired up with Odell Beckham, even though Odell may have carried, questionable, on a 10-6 record. That's very solid, led by a rookie. Let's up the ante a little bit. If we can hit 1k likes on this video, we are going to drop the game between the Orlando Wizards and the Seattle Seahawks, man. 100 computer sliders, so it is going to be a very tough game. But if you guys want to see this team that has miraculously made it to the playoffs, then we are going to do just that, man. If you want to see this team in action, Landon Collins, JPP, the rookie, Jack Lott. That being said, I hope you guys did enjoy this episode of our Draft Reload build. Don't forget to subscribe because the grind don't stop till Madden 18. That being said, appreciate the support and I'm going to catch you back next time, man. I'm out. Peace.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me.